I doubt that a whole lot of people need more of an introduction to Randy. I tell you, the last time I was with Randy in this room, he was the speaker at an immigration reform for Oklahoma Now event, and we just appreciate enormously your coming.
Happy to be here. Who's from Ardmore? Hey, me too. I was born in Ardmore. I still have a lot of family down there. As a matter of fact, my mom is leaving Ardmore today, heading back home to Tulsa. So we still, you know, Doyle Hicks by chance? You used to own the Hicks. Yeah. That's my uncle. I got still have a lot of relatives and cousins there. Let me answer the question. The way I understand it, I got to disagree with the first premise. I don't believe our resources are limited. And let me tell you what I mean by that. As technology advances, I believe that God has given the genius of the individual the ability to expand and further our knowledge, which helps us to expand the resources that He has blessed us with on this earth. So I don't think for a second that our little finite minds as humans has even come close to uncovering all of the resources that God has placed here on planet Earth. So invite me back. That may not be the answer you're looking for, but that is my true belief. My second belief is I believe that we have a moral obligation to protect the borders of this country. And and so as citizens of the United States, it is our God-given privilege that we were born in the United States. I mean, there is no doubt about that. And there's a reason that we do need to have immigration laws, because other people around this world, they understand the value of the freedom that our founders gave us. And so that freedom must be protected. Our borders must be protected. And obviously, both are being destroyed right from under our noses today. Our freedom is shrinking. It should be expanding. Our borders are wide open, and they should be protected. So that is my very, very quick blush on your two questions and my views on immigration. Now, a lot of people were here. I mean, we were at the convention Saturday. Is that correct? Yeah. Who did not get to hear my speech Saturday?
I wasn't there.
Mary wasn't there, and Richard didn't. You know what?
Well, I've heard it.
Well, if you think, then you're going to get to hear it again. If I didn't make any more of an impression than that. And the reason, I'm hot.
Yeah, it's hot.
Yeah.
They say it's Brogdon.
I'm sorry, just ask. Their air conditioning system is not working, at least for this room, and they have somebody on the way, but it's probably not going to help us, Roger.
That's right. I took my jacket off. I'm fine now. So,
aren't you involved in the air conditioning business? Did you have
yeah. I haven't punched in yet, though. Tommy, I like your outfit.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Looking good.
Thank you, sir. I didn't want to be underdressed.
You know, I've learned something over the last few years, and especially the last few weeks since I've been leading up to my announcement last week. And I got to tell you, sometimes I get tired of hearing myself talk. I really do, because I feel like I'm saying the same thing over and over. But the things that I talk about are so valuable to me. So, and I'm going to be on the stump now for the next 15 months until the primary, you know, and 20, I think, months until the November election. So you're going to get to hear, again, some of my speech that I gave. Most of my speech that I gave is very short, but there's a reason for that. I realize that a lot of people don't know me. That's been proved in the polls. And it was proven to me Saturday, and I cannot tell you how many people came up to me Saturday and said, Randy, my gosh, I'd never heard of you before, but I believe what you're telling me. I believe in you, and I am a new convert. I'm supporting you for governor. So my goal over the next 15 months leading up to the primary is to make myself known. And I'm going to do it by introducing and reintroducing who I am and sharing the message of freedom. Because this is what I truly believe will actually salvage our nation, the expansion of freedom. So I have written my speech down of who I am, not because I don't know who I am. I truly, truly know who I am. I know my limitations. I know my resources. I know how far I can get by sassing my wife and those kind of things. So I truly do know who I am. But when I give a talk, I usually have to have notes in front of me to stay on somewhat of a time frame. Otherwise, I'm usually the last one turning the lights out. Everybody gets up and leaves. So until I become better on the stump, I'm probably going to refer to notes occasionally, and so don't think what I'm not getting ready to tell you isn't heartfelt. It is absolutely pure from my heart, what I'm getting ready to share with you. And like I told you Saturday, I want to tell you who Randy Brogdon is. And I told the group, you know, instead of giving a basic stump speech, and I'm going to be giving some of those, there's no doubt. I'll be having position papers and those sort of things, but today I'm going to reintroduce myself to you. I'm Randy Brogdon. I'm a third-generation Oklahoman, and I described myself last Saturday as a 12-year-old boy who had a paper route. I was a 14-year-old who worked at a hamburger joint. As a matter of fact, I think I was making $1.10 an hour at the hamburger joint. I was a 16-year-old, I got a big raise. I went to work at a grocery store, Sackton Grocery, making minimum wage of $1.60 an hour. I did that after high school, after wrestling practice. I worked till 9 or 10 o'clock at night so I could earn extra money. With that money, I bought an old 1963 Chevrolet two-door Chevelle. Who am I? I'm the 17-year-old who I believe is a true Oklahoma success story. Not because of who I am, but because of what Oklahoma and this country provided for me the opportunity. I loaned my dad $500 that I had saved up over the years. I loaned him my 1963 Chevrolet as a senior in high school. Now at that time I was dating my future bride-to-be, Donna. And we had been married for 37 years, but at that time, I'm a senior in high school, she's a junior, and I loaned my dad my car. Now, I make that sound like a big sacrifice, but Donna actually had a 1972 Chevelle Malibu. And so I got to drive that and ride around quite a bit. But you know, it truly was a sacrifice for me at the time. But I'm the 22-year-old young man who married Donna, and by this time we'd had a couple of little babies, and we're raising a family, and I'm continuing to work in my dad's in our business that Dad had started with that $500 that I had loaned him. I'm that young man who, for the next 30 years, built our family business. I lost my dad in 1989. I was 37 years old. Very suddenly, just, you know, he died of a heart attack one Saturday afternoon, totally unexpected. But I am the fellow that continued to build our business for 30 years. You know, we worked side by side, and over the years, I have hired scores of employees. I've made the payroll. I've paid those high workman's comp. There were times that Dad and I literally split paychecks sometimes. Sometimes we didn't take a paycheck, so we made sure our